Um,
Hi,
hey
everyone.
folks, me and Bill have decided to call an audible. Yippee!
You
Jets
know,
Browns disaster for the Jets. I mean, this is not really shocking. The Browns have been on a roll lately, and they're beating up a Jet team that clearly is inferior to the rest of the AFC. And man, I'm telling you, from the get-go, Bill, the defense was not ready to play this game.
nah, they've been.
Penalties, they're getting torched by the Browns offense, um, allowing Joe Flacco to put on a clinic. If you really think about it, Joe Flacco's not having he's having a great game, but he's also making a ton of mistakes. Like the Jets should have intercepted him 3 times. They only intercepted him like once and then recovered a fumble. But
And
but
but you
but
got to
that's
give
it.
Flacco, but
Yeah.
you got to give Flacco credit on this.
Hmm.
He's playing well without Amari Cooper tonight, so you got to give
Yeah.
credit credit's due.
Shocking how
And
once again Sauce
by the way, folks, if you've been wondering where we've been, we kind of still technically on our holiday break. So,
but this is just too funny not to
and
do anything.
I just decided, I'm like, you know what? I miss Reg so much.
Yeah.
Um, I decided, hey, let's do it. I got nothing big plans tonight. Let's do an audible.
Yeah.
And, we're gonna watch the game, laugh at how bad this is, and just chat about things. So, did you watch any of the Christmas Day games on Christmas?
I saw the Chiefs get their ass kicked.
I like Patrick Mahomes, but I think the Chiefs are one of, if not the most overrated team in the NFL right now.
Well, they're terrible.
Their record is better than what they are.
I think they got lucky because they squeaked by a lot of the games that they did. Their true colors are showing. By the way, I have changed my mind on Antonio Pierce. He should 100% be the next head coach of the Vegas Raiders.
You took down the loss. You took down the Kansas City Chiefs,
Mhm.
the what most people would call the best team in the NFL with the best quarterback, Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
So I think the
Made him look stupid too.
the Raiders ownership should at least consider hiring Antonio Pierce back.
Yeah. Having this is his resume. He's like 4-3. The team is obviously responding to him well. He also has this grit, man. This is going back to his Giant days. Like he always feels like he's up against it, and he wants his team to pounce on it.
And that's what we're seeing they're doing. Do I think he's going to be head coach? I actually don't think so, but I think he should be at least considered.
Art Davis has an off season that he has to really think about. This is a no brainer. This is a no brainer.
But we got to ask the most important question about the Kansas City Chiefs. Is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey going to possibly break up now?
No.
That's the important question.
Apparently
Um,
the Chiefs like the spotlight.
so I guess there's no bad blood.
I guess so.
And I guess next week they're going to have to, this week they're just going to have to shake it off,
Yep.
or they might never be getting back together. Okay, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Is it? It's cool that you said all that, Bill.
I know, right?
Did you not catch on to that?
That was another Taylor Swift
Oh,
song.
okay. Yeah. I was
You know
hoping
what?
you could catch on to it.
I was gonna ask you this for craps and giggles. Reg, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Mean.
Okay. To me, I'm gonna have to say I like Bad Blood. I Knew You Were Trouble's a bop.
Mean is the best song.
Okay, to each their own. Yep, this is your entertainment for the evening, folks. Two grown men talk telling you our favorite Taylor Swift song. So this is your entertainment for the evening, folks. Um, but moving on to the other Christmas NFL games, my
Mhm.
Giants. Uh,
They had a good second half.
well, they did.
They had a good second half. I
They
think,
got screwed by the refs. Can we just
yeah,
admit that?
but they still had a chance despite that. And believe me, I understand your pain. The referees have not been kind to the Jets either.
But
But
how was that not an offsides call? The love of all that is
beyond
good
me,
and holy. How is that not an offsides call?
beyond me.
Did I ever mention I hate the NFL refs?
Yeah, they're the worst.
You
But
just like get rid of all of them and start from scratch. People who actually know what the hell they're doing. Or hey, let's just replace them with AI. That'll go well.
funny. Um, I think um and this is not a knock on Tommy DeVito. I was all in on it, 100% and all in on it after the New Orleans game.
Yeah, I
You
think.
needed to go back to Tyrod. Like that was the moment where you there was no looking back. Because even though the Giants, it was a long shot, they still were mathematically in it. Like if you're Brian Dable and you know you're mathematically in it, you gotta put your best players out there. And Tyrod Taylor is better than Tommy DeVito right now.
I hate to say this. I think Tommy DeVito's 15 minutes of fame are up.
Yeah. And
But
he
heck,
understands it.
Tyrod's playing on Sunday. Tyrod's playing Sunday.
Too little too late.
So yeah, Giants are basically out. Might as well just tank the next two
You
games.
should have. Tyrod should have been playing to start the Philly game. He
Yeah.
should have started Philly game.
Because right now, if the season were to end today, Giants would have the number 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So
How
I
do you
just say,
feel?
just
How do you feel about that?
hey, that puts us in a good position. Um, I don't know if the Giants should think about maybe at least Drake May because we know Caleb's going to either Chicago or New England. He's going to either Chicago or New England. I'm calling that right now.
You have a massive quarterback class, and it seems like there's a lot of hype with these quarterbacks.
Like, do you go for someone like if the Giants, for the sake of argument, decide to go for a quarterback? Do
Mhm.
you go with like a Drake May? Do you go with like a because Caleb's going to either Chicago or New England?
Let's say you do. The real question is, do you trust Dable? This is going to be Dable's first guy that he's going to develop. Do you trust Dable to properly give him the tools to succeed in the
Good night,
NFL?
Deb. Um, yeah. That's the big question, Reg. That's the big question. Do you trust Brian Dable to develop this next quarterback, whether it's going to be Drake May,
Mhm.
JJ McCarthy?
Dable's done a terrific job with quarterbacks. He's like a
You know what?
massive guru.
You know, you know whose opinion might mean something.
Hmm.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Quarterback in the draft. Okay. My brother doesn't want to be on camera right now, so
Well, it's all good.
he said the Giants should go for a quarterback, just don't know which one. But like, can they possibly get someone like a Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Nabels if they decide to not go?
The question is, can Brian Dable, because it's obvious they're not going to get the top tier one.
They're not going to get
Can, can
someone.
Brian Dable coach this quarterback to success? He did a fantastic job with Josh Allen. He did a fantastic job. And I know we rip him all the time. He did a fantastic job with Daniel Jones.
Oh, he did.
He did a terrific job. Now, Daniel Jones took a regressed, but that's because of Daniel Jones. It's not because of Brian Dable. Because as you can see with Tommy DeVito, an absolute nobody, he turned him into a star.
Yes.
That's where you have to that you have to be confident that the guy that you draft is going to be the guy. You're probably going to have to sit him for a little bit. And let's be real, Bill. Tommy DeVito may be bench right now. I don't know if that's going to stand. Look, Tom, we saw flashes from Tommy DeVito. It hasn't been great, but we saw flashes. We saw some flashes. If you
Yes.
give this guy a full season, who knows?
Who knows indeed.
I think I've seen enough of Tommy DeVito to know that he's more competent of a
And
quarterback.
but you know what? I'm going to give Tommy DeVito credit something off the field. You all heard this. You've heard this story.
Mm-hmm.
A After they won three in a row, a pizzeria. You heard this story.
Mm-hmm.
They offered him 10 grand to come and sign autographs, and his agent, who I'll be honest, who we all say looked cool and all that, but I'll be honest, the guy's a freaking bonehead.
Yeah, no, he gummed it up. Yeah,
He's like, well, we want 20 grand, and the pizzeria basically told him to go kick rocks.
yeah. And then that
And
caused a rift.
when DeVito found out about
Yeah.
that, he said, you know what? I'll do it for free. And, people were spreading rumors that the agent got fired. He didn't get fired. What he's
No,
going to do is he's going to handle the football and the contract
yeah.
negotiation stuff.
And then he hired a new, but he hired a new agency to represent him off the field. But apparently that's been in the works for a while. They were talking well before the whole pizzeria thing. So
But you know what? I think that really shows good character on Tommy DeVito's part
yeah, no, yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a
because that
really
show
nice guy. His parents raised him well.
because he said, "Fine, I'll do." Because yeah, I'll go do it for free. My agent's a bonehead.
Well, I mean, he's a good agent. He just got a little ahead of himself. I think he's an opportunist. He saw an opportunity to make more money off his guy that's, like you said, 15 minutes of fame, all that stuff. And I think it didn't pay off very well. The gamble didn't pay off very well.
I I would have asked for at least if I was Tommy DeVito. I'm glad he chose to do it for free, but I would have asked for at least 5 grand.
No. The idea was repairing his image.
Yeah, but anyway, the Giants Eagles game, I gotta tell you, They looked like they had something going.
Hmm.
They had something going,
Right. Yeah.
and it just crashed and burned.
Yeah, I know.
This team just crashed and burned.
Well, it was a long shot, Bill. Let's be real. Like it was a long shot. It was never a guarantee in the first place. By the way, the Jets are driving down the field right now.
Yes, they're coming out of the gate.
So I mean, I don't know what it's gonna mean, but let's see what happens. Um,
Third and inches.
but they're ninjas.
A good buddy of mine has been texting me that he thinks Woody Johnson's ruining the Jets.
Just a bunch of play actions right now by the Jets, getting them some positive yardage.
Like this game's not
I
over.
think Woody's responsible for a lot of it. The real issue is the coaching, the GM, and the fact that we have a 40-year-old old ass, now injury prone, washed up quarterback that has done nothing for this franchise. And look, I'm sure this season would be much better if Aaron Rodgers was playing. I think anyone would agree with that. Jets are inside the 10. Brownlee just caught a terrific pass by Simeon. Simeon, who was not having a good day, but that was a very good pass by him. Um, no, it's coaching, GM, and the fact that we're being held hostage because let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers is running this team. Aaron Rodgers is
Uh,
calling the shots, and I
Jets.
don't care what anyone says. I'm hearing all this nonsense about how the Jets are going to make their own decisions, but if they want to ask for Rodgers' opinion, he's going to give it. No, 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 no. Aaron Rodgers is holding this team hostage. He will make
No, I,
all the calls. It's not a GM, making the calls and ignoring Rodgers. No, no, no. Rodgers is going to want to say. That's how it works. That's how it works with him. So,
and that's what my friend just said, and they just got to
so,
stop on first and goal.
so we're being held hostage by a quarterback. And look, I'm sure the season will be much better. And I'm sure if he plays next season, the Jets will be much better just because he's Aaron Rodgers. He's a Hall of Famer. Is he going to be as good as he's been with Green Bay all these years? Probably not. But he's much better than what we have right now. So I am certain that the season will be better. But we cannot ignore the age, and we certainly now cannot ignore the fact that he has a bad Achilles. Now, it's rare that you tear an Achilles again, but you know, still, these are still things you have to worry about. And can the Jets score a freaking touchdown?
I'm with you, dude. Simeon looks terrible.
God, this guy stinks.
This is Reg in his natural habitat.
We're inside the 10. Can we feed Brees? What are we doing? Brees Hall. Either look, Garrett Wilson's being triple teamed, and we're throwing it to him.
No, I agree. Just give it to Brees Hall. Give it to Brees Hall. Oh, stop showing Aaron Rodgers for the love of God.
The Jets are kicking a field goal. What a disgrace.
No, why would you throw it to Garrett Wilson, who's being triple teamed, where you could just give the ball to Brees Hall and then he could just pound it in?
Or any wide receiver that's wide open. It's not Garrett Wilson. Like, are we forgetting that we're playing a good defense here?
I
That
think they
is
did.
obviously prepared to play this game.
Simeon looks, my friend Vasilio, shout out to you, buddy. He's texting me. Simeon looks terrible because Burke King can't protect him against Miles Garrett.
Team stinks. They field
Did they
goal.
just get a field goal blocked?
Yes, they did.
Ugh. Ugh. And I have no dog in this fight, but dude, this is pathetic. So, yeah, but what I was saying about the Giants Eagles game, like before they, like after they, before they scored that last touchdown to put them in the game, because I remember I was at my aunt's house and me and my parents was like, yeah, let's go. And we were listening to the game on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And when it looked like the Giants were finally getting life, I remember like before that second to last play before Tyrod Taylor and it got picked off in the end zone. I remember I literally got out of the car, ran inside, turned on the TV to see that last play.
Right.
And the funniest thing is later that night, about an hour later, I got invited over. I went over to my neighbor's house because their son is like a very good friend of mine. He was in town. He said, "Hey, come over. Let's have a nightcap. Let's have a beer." And I come over there because they just finished their Christmas dinner and they had the game on pause. But don't tell me how the game. Don't tell us how the games end. We put it on pause so we could have dinner. And and I'm just like sitting there watching it with them. But I'm like, it's like watching a movie. It's like watching a movie that they haven't seen. Have you ever been in that situation where you're watching a movie with someone that they haven't
Uh-huh.
seen the movie and you've seen it like 5 times and you know what happens?
Yeah.
That's what it was like. I'm just sitting there like, I'm not going to spoil it for you. This is,
Salad needs to be fired.
he's not going to get fired.
I
Because
mean,
weirdly protecting his job right now, Aaron Rodgers.
he's a Hall of Famer. Everything he says goes. I like Salah. I like Douglas.
Because I've said
According to
this a
Nathaniel
million
Hackett, has to
times.
stay as OC.
I said this before the season. I said, this was before Rodgers got hurt. I said, if Rodgers ends up being a flop, then Salah's out of a job. And after Rodgers got hurt, they said, okay, Rodgers got hurt, saved Salah's job. Saved Salah's job. Because they'll probably go, okay, the Johnson will probably cut him a little bit of slack.
Let me see that. It's a fumble. Was his tushy down? No, that's a fumble. I can't tell from that angle. I need a better angle. Here's a good angle. Where's the ball at when his ass is on the grass? It is coming out. That's a fumble. And the Jets recover it.
And
That
now
is
can they
a
actually
fumble.
score a touchdown?
That's a fumble.
Hold on. It's under review.
I know it's under review. By the way, the Detroit Pistons had like a 19-point lead. Poor Pistons, 27-game losing streak, the worst in NBA history. 19-point lead at halftime against the Celtics. They lose in overtime.
That's pathetic.
Now, Detroit, it hasn't been the worst sports season. I know the Tigers stink. I know the Pistons stink. The Lions won the division. That's something to be happy about.
That's gonna be their it's gonna be their first home playoff game, I think, in like 30 years.
Like that's incredible. Um, but no, the Pistons actually played well tonight, so that should be very encouraging signs, and hopefully that translates to a victory next time. They play against Toronto next, so and that'll be on Saturday. So
The Detroit Pistons. So yeah, but hey, Detroit's got something to look forward to with the Lions.
yeah, man, that's gonna be one hell of a playoff game.
And since you used to live in Detroit, I bet that has like a special connection there.
So they're saying that I'm on X right now.
You still
Um,
hate the name.
it's a terrible name. They're saying that it was ruled down. It's not a fumble. But if I'm looking at the replay, that was a fumble. It was.
Hey, listen, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be back in a minute,
Yep,
okay?
I'll be here. That ball's moving. That ball is moving before his ass hits the ground. No, he's out. That was another fumble, by the way. So instead of it being jet ball with short field, the Browns didn't obviously get the first down and they punted. Now the Jets have to start from their own territory. That was a fumble. They were reading that all the way, man. Damn it. Me and you offensive line. First down.
Did they rule him down? Or they rule a fumble in the bathroom.
No, no, it was ruled. It was ruled down. That's a first
Hey,
down.
Jets have the ball back, so
Yeah,
that's a good
but they
thing.
had to start from their own territory. And instead of having a short field, they had to do one more play, and the Browns had to punt it, and the Jets had to get it from their own territory, and now they're driving down. Instead of it being in a short field. Oh, and more time comes off the clock.
How come I don't? How come I think Robert Saleh has no idea what he's doing?
Because he, let me before I say it, Robert Saleh is a good defensive coordinator. He really is. I think his defensive system has been tremendous this season. He's done a tremendous job with our defense. We have good defensive players. We have good defensive coordinator in Jeff Ulbrich. Sal has built up a really nice system. He's clueless as a head coach, and it shows game after game after game. What happened there?
I know they said Saleh was going to be back, but do you think there's a chance Woody Johnson might change his mind and say bye bye?
Not with Aaron Rodgers. That's the guy.
Because look what happened 2 years ago with the Giants with Joe Judge. Like I think around week, I want to say it was like week 15 or 16. They were all saying they were all saying he's in. They were all saying Judge is going to be back next year. And then 2 weeks later, they're singing a totally different tune. They're like, yeah, he might not have a job tomorrow.
I think Woody should consider it. At the very least, consider it.
But Shadow DM Rogers isn't going to allow it.
Yep. What the hell? What was that? The team is unprepared every game. The team commits the worst penalties on the planet. They're what the hell? Team is he refuses to change anything too. My God, how many times?
If it's broke, fix it.
How many times have we seen a run up the middle by Brees Hall, only to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage? Made no changes throughout the season. Maybe some changes, but for the most part, everything stayed the same. No adjustments. Coaching. All that, by the way, on display right now. National television, prime time.
I really don't know what to say.
Bill, you being here is all I need.
You need some emotional support right now.
Oh, that's all it is.
My friend Vasilios is like texting me, I think Hackett should be removed as offensive coordinator.
I've been saying that for weeks.
But Vasilios, if you've been hearing what we've been saying, buddy, he's being protected by the shadow GM known as Aaron Rodgers. I think he just heard what I said. He's watching the stream. But
You know, and again, like I said, and I've been saying this all night, I've been saying this all season. I am certain with Aaron Rodgers, the season would be far more fun to deal with. 100%.
he lasted a whole 4 plays.
What makes you think? What makes you think this team, if they run it back with this team, and then they're gonna address the players in the offseason. But let's just say Rodgers did play this season. How do you know this Jet team would be in the playoffs right now?
Well, because that's actually a very good point because Aaron Rodgers last season, and I've been saying this, but no one listened. Reg, you're the only one who listens to me on this one.
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers last year had his probably his worst season.
Yeah. Well,
Last
adding
year,
to
he
that,
was at best slightly above average. At best, he was
adding to
mediocre
the
at best.
adding to the fact the Jet O line is terrible. God knows how
Absolutely.
many different combinations they've had on that.
You could put Patrick Mahomes behind that home line about that old line, and he would still it would
Nothing.
not end well.
Aaron Rodgers got injured because a free runner came in and sacked him.
Hey, you want to scan and enter for a chance to go to the Super Bowl?
No thanks.
Oh, it's gonna be in Vegas, dude. You know what that means? Vegas.
Money, 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 money.
What happens in Vegas either stays in Vegas or comes back to haunt you later.
Pick it off. He didn't pick it off. Um, well, yeah, no. Like you add that he had his worst season pretty much um since his first year starting in the NFL. First year starting, he went 6-10. And then you add to the fact what the Jet team actually looked like the entire season. And again, I know the Jets had incompetent quarterback play, but the offensive line did him no favors. Did not do the quarterback any favors. Didn't matter what quarterback you put in there. Didn't do the quarterback any favors. There was no running game. The only big time receiver was Garrett Wilson. Good play by DJ Reed, by the way. Um, like there's no guarantee. And again, he'll probably see this is the difference between quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson, all that stuff. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers has the experience to change things up on the fly. So, of course, what flag? Don't tell me there's a flag on the Jets.
There's probably going to be a flag on the Jets, isn't there? Reg, watching this team, how are you still sane?
DJ. I want to see a replay on that. Hold, 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 hold. Where? Where? So ticky tack. Well, fine. I guess so, but ticky tack. And of course, it's a 5 yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down, no matter what. But yeah, they're
Automatic first down.
yeah, but yeah, dude. There's obviously Rodgers is good enough quarterback where he can probably change things on the fly, and rather than make the dumb decisions that Zach Wilson made, he'll make better decisions. So yeah, there are different factors that would have changed the season. But ultimately, the result was not going to change. Aaron Rodgers with this offense was not going to do anything. Bottom line, they'll have maybe 8 wins, probably going for a ninth win. But this offense was not going to do anything with Rodgers other than make what is just a sufferable performance, disgusting, disgraceful performance, look better. That's all it is. That's all
It
it
would
is.
make it look slightly better.
Just a tad better.
But Reg, you know what they say: you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just sick and tired of people that looking at Aaron Rodgers as if he would have made a big difference. They would have had 10 wins. Bull crap.
The
Bull crap.
offensive line is garbage.
The team stinks.
You know what it would bestly do? It would bring them up from F tier to maybe D tier.
Yeah,
At
no, look,
best, C tier.
the Jets would have been interesting to watch, 100%.
They're just not fun to watch.
But they would not be in the thick of a playoff race. The team stinks. Doesn't matter what quarterback you put out there. The team stinks.
You think
And
Aaron Rodgers is going to
fans,
have some
fans,
thinking to do this summer? He's going to have some thinking to do this offseason in the dark room.
he'll be back.
All right, we are
So it's going to the fourth quarter.
and the Cleveland Browns, they win tonight. They're in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they're in the playoffs. Yeah.
If they win next week, and if Baltimore loses this week and next week, they win the AFC North. I do not see that happening. I think Baltimore's going to win the North.
Yeah, I think Baltimore, look, obviously anything can happen, but Baltimore is a better team.
You see that Baltimore San Francisco game?
It did.
Think we could be looking at that was a potential Super Bowl preview?
Um, it wouldn't be a contest if we get that game.
I'll tell you this: I think Baltimore's going to beat Miami on Sunday.
Um, I
You know
think
my
the
opinion on Miami.
49ers, the 49ers proved, and look, I still think the Niners are the best team in football. But what that game against Baltimore proved was that the Niners can be just as vulnerable if you put them in a vulnerable spot. And they have to play from behind.
Yeah, but do you think Baltimore is going to beat Miami on Sunday? Miami doesn't have Jalen Waddle,
I
so
think so. Yeah, that's the thing. Miami, they're not going to have Jalen Waddle. They will have Tyreek though. I think Tyreek Hill's going to play. Um,
you know my thoughts on Miami. Miami, they're a bunch of
but you know what, Bill? They played a fantastic game against the Cowboys.
oh, they did.
They won. So, look, you can talk about Miami and how they had several run-ins with some really good teams that kicked their ass. They played well against Dallas. Dallas is a good team. That
Listen,
Dallas is not overrated.
and I'm not just saying
Overrated team.
this as a spiteful Giants fan, but no, Dallas is a good team, and that hurts to say.
Yeah, they're not. People think Dallas is overrated. I said Dallas is not overrated. They are exactly what they are supposed to be.
I think the NFC East title is going to come down to the last day of the season.
I think Philly's going to win.
Hold on, let me see.
First down.
Week 17. NFL. Hold on, I'm just checking for playoff scenarios for this week. And I think Al Michael said that best.
By the way, Garrett Wilson, back-to-back seasons of 1,000 yards receiving. According to Caroline Hendershot of the New York Jets reporting team, that is a false start on the Jets. My goodness. There's another one. Becton. Becton. Yeah, so Caroline Hendershot of the Jets reporting team just released out there that it is now back-to-back seasons of Garrett Wilson reaching 1,000 yards, and confirmed by many of the Jet beat reporters. The first Jet wide receiver to go over 1,000 yards receiving in consecutive years. Get this, Bill, since Keyshawn Johnson did it, 1998 to 1999.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. Vasilios, my buddy Vasilios just said he doesn't see Becton being on the Jets next season.
Becton's terrible.
You
He
hear
is.
that, buddy? Becton's terrible.
Let's see. That's a pass interference. Absolutely.
Where's the flag?
That is a pass interference. And once again, the Jets do not get a call. I'm sick and tired of these stupid ass refs who have no idea how to fucking call a game. And there's another flag. You got to punt that. I'm sorry, dude. You got to punt that.
No, punt it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Nope.
By the way, Garrett Wilson is also the first Jet wide receiver to begin his career with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. So that's what makes Garrett Wilson that much special.
Hey, good for Garrett Wilson.
And
Good for Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson is
The bright spot of this team.
he is one of the bright spots of this team, along
Brees
with
Hall being the
Hall and the entire Jet defense, even though the Jet defense is having a terrible night.
I feel like if Reg, you were the GM, I feel like everyone would be fired.
I would interview Jeff Ulbrich for the head coaching position.
What was that?
I would interview the defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, for the head coach position. If I'm being real, Bill, I'm keeping my eye out for Mike Tomlin and seeing what happens over there at Pittsburgh.
And here's what I've been saying. I think about with Mike Tomlin, Steelers don't make the playoffs. I think it's time for a change. I think it's time for a change. Listen, you get winning seasons. Congratulations. But it doesn't mean anything if you don't make the damn playoffs. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, and listen, stability is all well and good, but you haven't won a playoff game in
Hey,
years.
you have to win. Now,
So I think Mike Tomlin,
selfishly,
if the Steelers don't make the playoffs, I think they should move on from Mike Tomlin.
selfishly, I want the Steelers to go under 500 so that they can actually give him a reason to fire him. So
And
that
then the Jets could just fire Robert Saleh and just pick
can
up Mike
change their minds.
Tomlin.
Exactly. By the way, I'm enjoying this popcorn, the leftover popcorn butter. It's the one thing it's an unhealthy thing to do, but one of the things that's calming me down from going absolute nuts.
Hey, it's still that week where we can eat what we want and not feel guilty. Then next week we got to start.
Yeah, I'm going on for those of you who are interested. I'm going on a massive weight loss journey right now. It really started over the summer, but had massive setbacks, mostly because I'm tackling a lot of inner demons. But starting in 2024, I'm going to start to go to war with those inner demons.
Start in January 1st,
January 1st.
this year of our Lord, 2024.
Mhm. And I praying to God, I'm gonna go back to church too. There's a lot of things I'm gonna do.
So a lot of things going on in Reggie's life come Jan 1.
Yeah.
A new and improved Reg.
I promise to be a happier, stronger, better image of myself.
And we're all rooting for you.
Pushed out. Yeah. I mean, you can consider this game over. I'm not it's Jermaine Johnson. That's a fumble!
That is a fumble. Been recovered by the Jets.
Bill, the refs are atrocious. I mean,
Oh, I've been saying that
the,
this
the
whole
refs the
season.
the refs are terrible.
You know, of all the problems Roger Goodell has faced as commissioner, why isn't this the one he fixed during the offseason? The
Yeah.
refs are garbage. I know this. You
He
know
needs to
this.
watch this game.
Reg,
He needs to watch this game because
me,
blown call after blown call after blown call. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
a man who wears glasses to see, knows that these refs are garbage. A man who wears glasses to see knows that this is garbage.
And by the way, why not let the play go? They blew the goddamn whistle before coming together and deciding that was a fumble. If they had just let the play go, that would have been another Jermaine Johnson touchdown. You know how frustrating it is?
Yeah. Asked me this past Monday during the Giant Eagles game when I was screaming about the refs. I know how frustrating this whole thing is.
They're saying that the Browns have the ball. Okay, first down.
This whole game has just been a game of missed opportunities for the Jets.
And it's because they are not prepared to play.
Now, here's another thing, and this is kind of on
Whoa.
what happened.
You'll see this in a second, but there was 12 men on the field for the Browns upon review. So that's a first down. Wow. Okay. Whatever.
My buddy again, Garrett Wilson seems depressed being a Jet.
How many more injuries can this offense take? Xavier Newman. What happened?
Newman's going in the blue tent.
Yeah, I saw that. Aaron Rodgers does not fix these penalties. He doesn't.
He's
He
not even
doesn't fix
playing,
the
so
he doesn't fix the mental errors. He doesn't fix the boneheaded penalties. We're down by 17 points. I don't want some dunk up the middle for short yardage. I need you to throw down the damn field. I don't care who's in double or triple coverage.
this is like a first down play. This is not like when you're.
Fourth
I don't know
down,
what Nathaniel Hackett's thinking right now.
he's an
You know
idiot.
what the correct answer to that question would be, Reg? Does he ever think?
Exactly. What the hell is that? And once again, the offensive line cannot block
Is useless.
anything.
How come I feel like I'm
Why
watching
are
the
you
Giants?
kicking a field goal down 17?
Well, because like even in this case, Reg, you and this is why I agree with you. This is a dumb move. You're gonna kick a field goal, and you know what's gonna happen? You gotta kick the damn field goal, and then you gotta score two touchdowns, and you know Cleveland's gonna try to burn as much time as they possibly can.
I get I get the whole idea of it's 4th and 15. You don't want to take the risk. You got nothing to lose. Either you get the first down or you lose the ball. Look, the season, you're not going to go to the playoffs. You have to try something. And once again, they try nothing.
Agreed. You got nothing to lose at this point. You're not going to the playoffs. Just take a chance at this point. Show you have some guts.
You know what's the sucky part too, Bill?
What's the second part too, Reg?
The Browns have scored nothing in the
In
second.
this half. They haven't scored anything in this half. Oh, if you folks are wondering why the change of scenery in on my end, I'm usually in my basement, but here I'm actually doing it from my bedroom because my my basement's being occupied right now. We'll just say it that it's being occupied.
Mhm. Yeah. No details necessary.
No details will be disclosed. um,
Bill, it's not impossible, but the
eh,
the Jets need to take away now. And by now I mean on this kickoff, they need to which is not gonna happen. They need to See, on the kickoff, I was hoping the Browns would return it so that the Jets could force a fumble.
Yeah, and you know what? They just showed the highlight of the game. You know what that is?
Well,
Downtown Cleveland at Christmas time. It actually looks very nice.
and at least they're not Detroit.
What's Detroit?
Oh, it's a it's old YouTube video. It's one joke. It's a joke. Flacco's been terrible this half.
Oh yes,
It's not
and
going to take away overall. Flacco's having a phenomenal game, but he has not been good this entire half.
he's not had a good second half. You know what? The Jets just need a good turnover right now, whether it be a fumble or an interception.
You know what
I
they
think that
need?
could.
They need they need they need a pick six or a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
You know what I thought they needed? I thought they needed Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, they need that too.
they do exactly. Ugh. They're you watch the Browns are gonna burn more clock. Tick tock, tick
Tick tock on
tock.
the clock, on stopping. Oh, that's. Can't believe that song is like.
It's like 14 years old.
Song is 14 years old. Feel old yet, people? Feel old yet?
See, 14 years ago, the Jets were in the middle of a season where they went to the AFC Championship game under Rex Ryan.
Maybe good old Rex needs to come out of retirement.
Look, and I've been saying it. I'm not saying Rex was the greatest coach. He made a lot of mistakes. He obviously um, didn't lead the Jets to anything. But man, were his teams fired up, ready to go. And they played for him too. This team, as much as I think they like Salah. I really do think that these players like Salah. I think
You
that
said it before. Salah's too nice.
yeah, Salah is a nice guy. He's a good coach, but these guys don't play for him.
You need someone who's going to give you a good swift kick in the rear.
Even
And
when the
that's not
Jets,
Robert Saleh.
even when the Jets were terrible under Rex, the Jets would always be in it. They're competitive. They're a competitive team. Like there were some games under Rex where the Jets had no business being in the game, and yet they were within a touchdown and all that stuff. One drive away. Man, I miss Rex. Rex was a look, he wasn't the greatest coach, but Rex knew how to push them buttons.
Oh, I agree. At
And his
least
defenses were always good. I never had a complaint about a Rex defense ever.
never.
Never, never, never.
But yeah, so yeah, I agree with you about Salah. They like him. They
Yeah,
play
no,
for.
I think I am sure these players like him. I think they think he's a good coach, but this team quits so quickly.
They quit.
They
It's
show
just like the
no fight
Giants
and
are
they're so
sometimes.
disinterested too. And again, that's coaching. On top of the penalties, the mental errors, all the lack of discipline that's out there. You add the fact that they are so quick to just check out of games. I'm telling you, man, that's coaching.
No, that is on coaching. That's 100% on coaching. Aw.
What are we doing?
The golden retriever is the best part of the game.
And let me check down, please. And they were
Did you just see that? They have a golden retriever named Ben.
yeah.
He's the star of the game right now.
We need to go down the field.
Aw. Ben's in the booth now. The dog is in the booth.
What happened?
Al Michaels and the other guy, they're so bored right now. They'd rather sit there and just pet the dog than call this
Yeah,
game.
Herb Street, he's a good college announcer. I like him. And he's
Al
done
Michaels and Herb Street are so bored right now. They'd rather just sit there and pet the dog than watch this game.
yeah, he hasn't done a terrible job with these Thursday night games. It's just the games are just not interesting.
Because a channel that I watch, Jaguar Gator 9. If he's watching, shout out. He's probably doing his own stream. He calls Al Michaels Sleepy Al Michael.
Down, first down.
He calls Al Michaels Sleepy Al Michaels. I'm
It's
thinking
not first down.
4th and 6.
It's a first down. Don't tell me that he was short. The first down.
That is a first down. That is a first down. How is that not a first down?
Fucking hate
He
these.
he got it. He got it.
No, he didn't get it. They just did the measure. And we look, me, you and I, we know Trevor Simeon stinks.
Oh yeah, he's been awful.
Yeah. Yeah, he was short.
I give Trevor Simeon
It,
credit for trying to do something
Hey,
gutsy.
it's a look, Trevor Simeon, and look again. He's not a great quarterback. He's a backup for a reason. But honestly, this performance is, you know, I tip my cap. Like he's doing the best he can. So the Browns are going to go to the playoffs with this win.
Looks like it. Well, I want to say congratulations to Cleveland for not browning it up this
And
year.
man, look, in a season where they lost their QB1, they continue to fight. And man, I wish the Jets would show this much fight, man. They're really that's a good football team.
And we congratulate them. After, you lose to Sean Watson, then you got Joe Flacco. And this was a team that really just put their foot on the gas. And we congratulate them and wish them the best.
Yeah. And they're whether they win the division or whether there's a wild card, again, both are pretty much in play. You know, the Browns fans deserve it. They fought all season through the biggest adversity, and they found a stud in Joe Flacco, who's having a resurgence right now.
I think they've suffered enough, in all honesty, the Cleveland
Yeah,
Browns. They've
yeah,
suffered enough.
they deserve this. The Browns played hard this season. They deserve this. Um, Jets not so much. Jets, they have coaching staffs that with when down 17, they dink and dunk their passes
They fold like a lawn chair, my friend. They fold like a lawn chair.
every single time. That's the most frustrating part. And again, if Aaron Rodgers was out there, would it be a better season? Yes. But Aaron Rodgers does not fix the many holes that are on this team right now. He does not.
I can agree with you on
And
that.
fans have to understand that. And I think Jet fans do understand that, but they keep saying, oh, what if we had Rodgers? I know the Aaron Rodgers the Jets definitely make the playoffs or anything. I don't know if that's the case.
I can
Certainly
agree
not
with you
after
on that.
watching this game. And again, lackluster quarterback play all season, but I don't know if this team makes the playoffs with Rodgers. I don't.
I
There's
don't think
way too
so
many.
either. Your offensive line sucks. And I think all the Rodgers fanboys basically need to just shut up at this point.
Yeah.
And and I'm going to say this, Jet fans, if Rodgers comes back next year, he's going to be back. If he gets hurt again, or he does something, or he just has a crappy season, then all of you people who were screaming about how bad you wanted Aaron Rodgers, not you, Reg, because I know you didn't want him in the first place. All of you people who was willing to sell this franchise's soul to get Aaron Rodgers, just shut up.
Yeah.
You made your bed, now sleep in it.
Mm.
And that was the thing. And I know we sit here and pick on Aaron Rodgers, but I'm sorry, he kind of deserves to be picked on at this point. Agree or disagree?
Well, look, he chose to be with this team. And again, he didn't dictate everything for this season. A lot of the seasons on Joe Douglas, a lot of the seasons on coaching. But there's so many holes on this team that could have been addressed if they hadn't signed a Tim Boyle or they didn't sign an Alan Lazard. And again, I know it for what it's worth, like, I don't know if it really would have made a difference. because everything everyone else was not a product of Rodgers.
So Rodgers, you don't think is the only thing to blame?
Well, no, he's not the only thing to blame. Like I said,
Oh, he's in the top
staff,
though.
GM, but the thing is that people continue to have this narrative that Rodgers solves everything, and that's just simply not true. And watching this performance tonight, the it proves it. It proves it. Rodgers alone cannot take this team to a playoff.
And like I said, next year, if Rodgers gets hurt, or if he has another crappy season, just like he did last year,
Mhm.
on all you Jet fans who were crying last year that you wanted Aaron Rodgers, just
Mhm.
shut up. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. You wanted him. You got him. Now make your bed and lie in it. And Reg, do you agree or disagree with me on this?
Well, yeah, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to lie in it because this is what we're going to get next year if no changes are made. And I think the Jets are going to make changes. But the question is, are those changes going to be enough to, and Becton has to go. Enough. Enough. I've had enough with this guy. And I get the game is over, but man, this is just, we're sinking. Sinking. I've had it. The coaching staff has to go. And by coaching staff, I mean Salah and everybody. And look, it sucks because I like Jeff Ulbrich. I think Jeff Ulbrich's a great defensive coordinator, but this is a collective. It's not just one person, it's everyone. They need a clean house. And need a clean house badly. Whatever it takes. If it means we take hits, we take hits. Whatever money we have to give up, we'll give it up. Start new. This is terrible. This would not fly anywhere else. By the way, that's another thing Aaron Rodgers says, whether it's on Pat McAfee or anywhere. Good organizations don't accept losing. This team accepted losing.
Absolutely. This team just like what you said, 17 7 you're down 17 and this team just folds like a launch out. At least put some fight in this game. You know what I mean?
And I don't want to hear, well, they are trying, but the Browns are, no, they're not trying. They haven't tried all game. Star of the day, Jermaine Johnson.
I
Second
can agree.
star, Brees Hall. Um, while we're here, Bill, let's take a look at the schedule this week. Obviously, the Jets will lose this game.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the rest of the slate.
So we're doing our picks, or
Yeah. Saturday we have a matchup: Detroit versus Dallas. They're
Ooh.
in Jerry's World. It's an 8:15 game. It's an ESPN ABC type of game.
They're
Uh,
doing this is going to be the special edition of Monday Night Football on Saturday
yeah,
because
whatever they're gonna call it, whatever they call it now.
I think they don't want to be in competition with the college games. So
Yeah, yeah. Because I know New Year's Day they had the playoff, right?
yeah, so I think the NFL doesn't want to be in competition with them. So
Yeah. I have Detroit winning this game.
I think Detroit can win this game, even though
Okay.
Dallas is looking good. I'm going to pick Detroit.
All right. Um, the Sunday slate: New England at Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. Who do you have?
New England, Buffalo. You said I'm going
Yes.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo has turned it season around. They're doing pretty well. Atlanta at Chicago. Give me Chicago. Chicago's on a roll.
I'm going to go with Chicago as well.
Vegas versus Indianapolis. I like both teams. Give me Vegas. Vegas had a great win against the Chiefs. I think they do it again in Indianapolis.
I am actually going to go with Indianapolis on this one. I think
Okay.
we got to see what happens. So I'm going Indy on this one.
New York is home to the Rams.
Oh boy. I hate to say it. I'm going the Rams. I'm rooting for the Giants, but it could be a closer game because Tyrod's playing instead of DeVito. But I think the Rams are because they're slowly creeping in.
Yeah. Rams chasing. I take them as well.
Two great minds think alike.
Mhm. Cardinals versus Eagles. Give me the Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles as well. They're in a race right now to win the NFC East, so I'm going with the Eagles.
South matchup. NFC South matchup. Big one. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Give me, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I am backing my guy, Todd Bowles, to beat the Saints.
Okay, basically, whoever wins this is going to be on top of the NFC South, which nobody really cares.
Yep,
I'm sorry, I think the NFC South is a joke.
it is.
I'm going with the Bucks. Just
Jets lose. Browns win 37-20. The Browns are officially in the playoffs.
congratulations, Cleveland.
Um, San Francisco at Washington. This is an easy one. Give me the 49ers if they're not resting people.
I think it's time for them to come off that loss against Baltimore. Give me the Niners.
Carolina at Jacksonville. Do we know anything about Trevor Lawrence? Have you heard
Oh,
anything?
hold on, I'm going to look that up right now.
Real quick.
He's limited in Jaguars practice amid shoulder injury.
He did not practice on Thursday. He is a sprained AC joint. He's still to be determined. But
I'm picking Jacksonville anyway.
yeah,
It's Carolina.
I'm still taking Jacksonville um on this one, but I mean I don't know. I don't know how they're actually gonna play though. Like they haven't they aren't good without Trevor Lawrence. I'll tell you that much. Um Big one, Miami at Baltimore. This is
Baltimore.
huge for the AFC.
I'm going to go with Baltimore on this one,
I concur with you. Give me the Ravens.
mainly because Dolphins aren't going to have Jalen Waddle, but they are going to have Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
So I am going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Tennessee at Houston. Give me the Houston Texans.
DJ Stroud might play, but I'm going with Houston.
What do you have in this one? Pittsburgh at Seattle. Pittsburgh
Oh, that's going
still,
to be
still chasing that that wild card. It's a tough battle for them though, but they're still chasing that wild card.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle too. Two back-to-back game-winning drives, one by Drew Lock, the other one by Geno Smith. The Seahawks are a tough, uh, they're a tough one to beat. I picked the Seahawks. A little controversy here. You have the Chargers versus the Broncos. Broncos benched Russell Wilson for Jarrett Stidham. Of course, for those of you living under a rock, the plan is to get rid of Russell Wilson after the season to avoid it's all for financial flexibility, and stuff. In my opinion, I think they're treating Russell Wilson unfairly. I think
Oh, I
Russell
think so
Wilson had a
too.
good season, but I totally understand from a contract and financial standpoint, it is a tough. Um, a lot of guaranteed money is going to be coming to Russ, so I completely understand it. I just don't like the way they're handling it. How in God's name do you tell someone, well, we're not going to renew your contract after, or we're going to get rid of you at the end of the season. But in the meantime, can you help us in the playoff race? That's crazy. Um, in that case, give me Denver to win that game. Jarrett Stidham. I don't mean to rip on the guy. It's not his fault. He's being put into a really tough spot. It's a really tough week for the Broncos and their PR team and all that stuff. But Jarrett Stidham, he has some talent there. I take the Denver Broncos on this one.
I'm going with the Broncos as well. And I think what's going on with Russell Wilson is completely unfair.
It's bullshit. It's ridiculous. Cincinnati at Kansas City.
Mhm.
I love Cincinnati in this game, especially after that crap ass game that Kansas City played at home against the Raiders. I love Cincinnati in this one. Give me Cincinnati to win.
And listen, I like Cincinnati too, but I'm gonna be honest. After their game against Pittsburgh, I'm kind of iffy on them right now. But I think Kansas City, I think they are going to be out for blood.
Mm-hmm.
This is really going to be a get right game for Kansas City
Mm-hmm.
after losing to the Las Vegas Raiders of Oakland. That's for you, Mike Rifkin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to pick Kansas City on this one.
Sunday night game, Green Bay and Minnesota. This game out. Does it still have playoff implications? Probably for the Packers. Um, Give me the Packers to win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Pack on this one as well. Jordan Love's been looking decent. I think he's had a decent first year as a starter, so go Pack out.
And that is your week 17 slate of games. Um, Next time we pick, we'll be back.
Yes, we will be back next week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we've just been on our holiday break.
Yep.
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Dude, let me ask you, has it been weird being on break from all this or
No, it's been actually refreshing.
well, because for me, it's like I'm like someone who's constantly moving. So I'm like,
I get you. I feel you on that.
well, like, because the first night that we were on break, I was actually very sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, look at it.
Oh,
Oh,
I
thank
hope you
God.
feel better.
Now I feel great. I'm like, I I'm like, wow, I don't have to do a show tonight. I feel fine. So and also this week I was also off a mixed bag as well. We took this week off. So
Yeah. Um.
yeah, like so this was the first week in a while
Mhm.
that I had no podcasts.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need that break, man. It's very refreshing. Folks, we hope you have we well for those of you that are still very religious and everything, we hope you continue to have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, because if you're Catholic, it's still Christmas
It's still Christmas.
till the
Um,
Epiphany, so it's still Christmas. Merry Christmas.
yeah, so no, but seriously, happy holidays.
Happy
We
holidays.
hope we hope Christmas treated you right. Happy New Year. We'll see
Yes,
you. We'll see you 2020. Well, you'll hear us in 2024. You'll see us, but you'll also hear from us in 2020.
you'll be do. Yeah, so yeah, next time we do our podcast, it's gonna be 2024.
Yeah. And we promise you more will come from the baseball. We promise you. More will come from the
Yeah,
baseball.
now that football's winding
But
down.
by the way, how disgraceful is that? So Otani defers his 68 million over 10 years, all that stuff. The 680, and then they go after, and then they get Yamamoto. Like, what kind of bull crap is that?
I totally agree. Like Yamamoto, let's just say, oh, I really wanted Yamamoto, but that team, that Dodgers team is going to be scary next year, dude.
I hope
That,
they
but
I hope they continue losing in the first round too.
and don't worry, folks. Like Reg said, come the new year, we will be giving you some more baseball stuff, and maybe we'll finally record that Bombers banter.
A long overdue Bombers banter.
We'll
Oh,
finally, hopefully, record this
yeah.
because it's been like okay, we'll do it in free agency, so which usually begins like a few days after the World Series, and then we're like, now let's wait till winter meetings.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, let's at least try to get it done before Christmas. And then we're like, let's wait till after the holidays. So yeah,
Uh,
we put this off for a while, and we apologize for those who've been waiting for it.
yeah. Full disclosure, the scheduling just hasn't been right for me.
But we'll
At
figure
least on
something
my
out.
end. I don't know about Bill's end. I don't know about Bill's end. On my
We
end,
will figure something out,
yeah.
and
Uh,
we will get you your bombers, your long overdue bombers banter sometime in January.
yep. And
We're not going to put any promises right now because
yeah.
we'll say, oh, we're going to record this the first week of the year. And then before you know it, it's going to be February. So
Um, take care. Happy New Year.